Welcome, my name's Dan Hendrick. I'm Director of Service Development with ProTrainings. This webinar has been designed to provide organizations like yours a background on the ProTrainings approach to certification. Many items important to you will be covered in this presentation, and yet most likely you will have additional questions or wonder how to implement this program within your organization. I encourage you to communicate any and all questions to me in whatever format is easiest for you, and I'd be happy to provide you the information you require. In this presentation, you'll be introduced to our company, the certifications we offer, and to the process of training your staff. Additionally, we'll provide you with a better understanding of how e-learning can be dynamic, educational, cost-effective, and solve a myriad of issues associated with coordinating certification within your organization. On the surface, we're ProTrainings, a private training company that provides a fully accredited certification in CPR for healthcare professionals and CPR First Aid for the general workplace. Additionally, we offer a bloodborne pathogens training. What you may not perceive, but you will experience, is that ProTrainings combines gifted individuals in the area of safety training, web development, and graphic design that creates a learning environment that is unsurpassed in the industry for our students. No still shots, animation, or paid actors, but real instructors that communicate a passion for the subject matter, partnered with technology to allow the student to retain and recall the life-saving skills necessary for certification, but more importantly, in a crisis. And though originally developed to serve the certification needs of individuals, ProTrainings has created a turnkey solution that allows organizations to certify their employees with no geographic limits. But as background, you may or may not have noticed that traditional instruction continues to move more and more to formatted methods of delivery, primarily delivered by an instructor operating a DVD player. Why? Well, the committees that set the standards for resuscitation recognize the need to communicate the information in a uniform and consistent way. We recognize the wisdom in this approach, but knew that it didn't go far enough. It didn't address the myriad of learning styles of students. Important questions we were hearing from administrators were, why does CPR and First Aid certification have to be a 4 to 6 hour class? What do we get charged if the instructor shows up, but some of the staff scheduled to be trained aren't able to make it? Or worse, the instructor doesn't show up and I got a classroom of employees waiting to be trained. Why is First Aid taught every 3 years and CPR every year? How do we know that if an emergency happens 11 months after an employee is certified, they'll have the confidence and knowledge to respond to the crisis? I could go on, but I think you get the point. The only solution we saw was to have high quality training when you want it, where you want it. The approach from the beginning for ProTrainings addressed key problems to traditional instruction. Deliver the training to the client in such a way that they're ready to focus on the instruction and increase their retention. To have it be dynamic video instruction with a real instructor that could be paused, played again, categorized by topic, and after certification, have the option to receive a training video in their email each week during the 2 years between certifications. No more orphaning the student for 2 years. And for the administrators, they were looking for an easy to implement, easy to maintain certification program. In short, it's about your organization and your staff, not about us. So administratively, what does it cost your organization to certify an employee? Listed are chronic issues associated with traditional instruction, but we wanted to do a little cost example that we run across frequently. So the numbers are simply examples, but essentially, if you were to certify each student and that cost for that certification is $40 to have somebody come in and teach that class per person, and then you've got a burden rate of the employee of $18 per hour for a 4-hour class. You've now got it up to $111 per certification. Now, what we didn't factor in were some of the additional costs we list below. Some productivity issues. What could they be doing other than being certified for half a day? What about travel and food? Are we putting them up in hotels if they're coming in from out of town? What are the administrative costs of arranging and coordinating and tracking all of this? Again, getting back to the example of, the instructor coming in, but 2 or 3 employees don't make it. Are there additional costs to have them come back and do that training for that staff? So, and then, are we doing an annual CPR class and every 3 years doing a first aid? So those are just some of the variables we didn't even factor in, but may be applicable to your organization. So as we continue on, it's our hope that you, the administrator, recognize the inherent improvements to certification. And, essentially at this point, we would like to show you the website and the training process for your group. Thank you so much for attending this webinar, and we look forward to serving your group in the future.